Welcome to Broom Talk, the podcast where witches, healers, and magic makers gather to share their journeys, their magic, and their truth. I'm your host, Priestess Melissa, with Enchanted Dragonfly, inviting you to take a seat at the Broom Circle because the real magic is in the stories we tell. So let's stir the cauldron and speak the spell. So I have another magical being with me today. So tell us your name and your business name.
My name is Julia Baker Stiles, and that is my name. I'm thinking of changing it to a different name
For your business?
Yeah,
Nice.
I think of it. I'm thinking of actually the name Jules Eden came
Ooh,
to. Yeah,
that sounds nice. Sounds so mystical.
Yeah, that I'm like, oh, that'd be a nice name to use, and I'm thinking of changing it,
Nice.
just for my business name.
Yeah, absolutely. Nice,
Yeah.
nice. And tell us a little bit about what you do.
Okay, well, I'm a psychic medium. I see things. I speak to the ghosts in my house. We have ghosts. And I've actually have seen ghosts since I was a little kid. I've seen Jesus at the foot of my bed. I've seen Mary.
Wow.
I've seen an angel at the foot of my bed. And but as time has gone on, I've been more of a. People always told me that I was like a healing person. I ended up becoming a nurse. And then I became a special needs teacher. But when I started going to psychics, I started learning about Reiki and energy healing, and well, I could do that. I got a nursing background. I knew about the anatomy and all that. And I've done that, and I get psychic hits when I'm working on people. I pick up energy where they've been sick, and I'll see anything with Reiki is usually an emotional trauma that happened to us way back when, and we forgot about it, or we just learned to live with it, and then we wind up with pain and illness and so forth. And so many times spirit will show me what happened to somebody and why they have low self-esteem. And I'd like to give some examples about, one time I saw a little girl. I was working on someone, and the little girl was getting picked up and thrown across the room, and I saw her legs go up. It was a little girl with dark hair and pink pajamas, and I kept on saying, "Who is this?" And finally I said, "This is her." I said to the woman, and you have to be prompted by spirit to tell her so they can release, because sometimes people aren't ready to receive the messages. So this one was telling me, I was hearing, tell her. I said, "Who picked you up and threw you across the room when you were 4 years old?" She said, "My father," and she cried. And I said, "You're releasing it now." And she was able to release it, and she thanked me for it. But it's such a discernment to tell them when you see it, because you can tell them. And if you see it and you're urged to stay back, not to mention it, you can say your heart chakra is blocked. You can say something like that, and let's try to release any negativity or any resentment or anything from your past that you may have forgotten about. And we'll try to help, and it still releases it as long as your intent is good.
Yeah.
So I forgot what else I was good. Oh, go ahead. Keep going.
That's okay.
Maybe I'll remember. There was something else I was going to say about my ability and how I was going to say I come from a long line of fate sadish, Portuguese witches.
Okay.
My mother was one. My grandmother was one, and they practiced different things. They really were devout Catholics and raised. And it's interesting about what I learned about the saints and all that, because different people told me, and maybe you can help me with this, that witches or the saints were witches or something like that.
I'm not too familiar with that.
Yeah, something about that. And they used to hide behind the saints or something.
Oh, interesting.
But a lot of my power I'm sorry to a lot of my power, a lot of my energy comes from praying to the saints.
Yeah.
And I've never proclaimed myself a witch, but I think I do witchy things
Yeah.
without knowing it.
A magical being. Yeah.
Definitely magical. I think we all are.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
So,
And where are you located?
I'm located right now. I live in Fall River, but I work out of the Soul Purpose.
Oh, okay.
In Swansea, Mass, with Gabby. I don't know if you know Gabby.
Yep, yeah. Gabby, she'll be on the podcast too.
She's a doll.
Yeah.
I love Gabby.
Oh, I can't wait to meet her.
Yeah. Oh,
Nice.
You're going to love her.
Oh,
She's
great.
so sweet. Yeah.
Great. Yeah, awesome. And how did you start doing what you're doing?
Oh, boy. I just always remember, it was just instinct. And I didn't even know I could read cards, but I know that I could tell people their future and it would happen. I used to just do it in a conversation.
Like
I'd be like, how do you?
premonitions?
Oh, all the time since I was a kid. And I remember having a premonition that I was going to meet the monkeys.
I remember them.
And I was like 3 or 4, and I put my head down. And there's a long story to this, and I won't get into it, but just to make it short, I was with my older brother and my other siblings, and I said, Jesus told me I'm going to meet the monkeys. And all of a sudden, boom, I felt all this energy, like confirmation. I remember being that small. My brother said, no. I said, yeah, I'm telling you. But it wasn't until like 20 years later when I met them and I got to do a radio interview with them. And
that's fun.
And it was the most amazing thing because people who knew me, I would tell them that, God told, and it happened so quickly and so fastly. We actually redid one of the episodes in the interview.
Oh,
and
fun.
we were part of it. It was so much fun.
That sounds awesome.
Great. So I think I was more excited that my prayers were answered than meeting, as much as I love the monkeys. I mean, I still do, but that's a good example of me seeing something happening and knowing it.
Nice. That's awesome. Yeah, I love that.
Thank you.
What type of practitioner are you?
I am right now. I read tarot and oracle cards, and I do spiritual cleansings, and I do energy healings as well. Different. There's various types of Reikis I know, like I don't know Kundalini yet. I know Dr. Usui Reiki. I know Holy Fire Karuna Reiki. I know Angel Reiki. I've done one where you learned about health, and I think we do Reiki with that. There were so many different Reiki, Lightatarian Reiki, just so many different ones I've done. I can also do sound healings. when you say that, you're casting a spell on somebody, and that can come back to you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
And that's what,
Yeah, absolutely. So, what's your spiritual origin story or awakening moment?
Awakening moment. It's hard to say. I think I was a little girl. I think I was like maybe when I was getting to be a teenager, and I was. And shortly after I kept on hearing, it was going to be esophageal cancer, and someone was going to die. And it turned out right before my wedding, I was really doing well then. I was really on the road to recovery from this, and because it was hard, because I lift weights, and I lost all my muscle.
No.
It was
Scary.
Oh, and I was weak. Yeah. Turned out I got a phone call from my younger brother John that my older brother had passed.
Oh.
So, of esophageal cancer.
Oh, wow.
So that, when you're sick, I mean, if I had, and I remember, I think I told my brother John, I said, if you hear, tell them that I have something, because I wasn't talking to my older brother for personal reasons, unfortunately. But I said, if you talk to George, there's something that runs in our family called Barrett's esophagus, because Mom had it. They think, they thought I had it, I didn't. And now I worry about George because he has a hiatal hernia, and that's how it's all the acid reflux and all that. And I said, if you happen to talk to him, try to tell him that. And this was probably about a year before he died.
Oh, wow.
But he must have been sick for a long time.
For it to come out at that time.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Well, he's in a better place
Yeah,
now.
yeah, not suffering anymore, for sure. Yeah. What's your daily spiritual or magical practice like?
Oh, showing gratitude. Everything is in the morning. Now, Lord, thank you for whoever your God is.
Yeah.
That's just mine.
Yeah.
So if yours is the Celtic goddess Bridget, use her. I mean, I don't care. I mean, I don't.
To each their own, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
But to me, it's like, oh, thank you. It's the best cup of coffee. My first cup of coffee in the morning is my favorite. I love it. Thank you for my nice home. Thank you for the decorations. Thank you for my beautiful cats. Thank you for my and I just go on.
Just everything, right? Even having the physical ability to actually like do your dishes, because people can't, you know what I mean? And I do the same thing,
Especially people my age. My friend is a very close friend of mine. She's 68. She's gorgeous. And I'm 63.
You do not look like you're 63.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. But we sit and we talk, and we're like, I said, I know so many people my age who have heart problems and diabetes or they're battling some sort of disease, and the worst I got was glaucoma.
Blessings, like knock on some where's the wood.
That's nothing. That's nothing.
Yeah. It's definitely important to show that gratefulness or gratitude.
Oh, and that's one thing I have. I am grateful for my health because I didn't think I did not think I was going to recover at one point because I couldn't eat or sleep. So that's not good for your mental health.
No.
When 7-8 months go by like that, and you're lucky if you get an hour's sleep. And I had bags underneath my eyes, and it was, my butt was flat all the way down. Like it was like
you go from the muscle to numb.
Yeah, it was like it's like my back went right into my butt. Like it was like I turned sideways. It was like I was looking like a 2x4. I don't think I've ever been that skinny.
A piece of paper, you're like,
I'd rather be 140 pounds any day. I said, I will never complain about my weight again.
Oh my goodness. Who or what inspires your path the most?
Oh boy. I think it's a spirit of love, if I may say that, because love is the ultimate trip.
Isn't that true?
Love is very powerful. Love can overcome anything. And that's been, and I don't like to talk about my childhood or all there was a lot to overcome. There was a lot of me learning how to stand up for myself because I had to always keep quiet. And always get along and be nice and be a people pleaser. And I'm not, and I'm a little bit, and I'm still very much like if something doesn't take away too much of my energy, I'm like, sure, I can do that. But if there's something that I really can't do, I try not to take on too much like I used to, just to feel loved, because I was lacking that. So now it's allowing love from the universe come in, and I do that meditation. It's just,
it's funny that you say allow to, because you literally have to give it that permission to come in. Otherwise it doesn't, and or it will trickle in, but you have to be that mental aware that you're accepting it to come in.
And I've actually felt floating when you get into that meditative state. You feel like you're floating.
Yeah.
And that's the most wildest feeling. It's like, I want to do that again.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, I feel that. What was the biggest challenge you faced on your journey, and how did you overcome it?
I faced probably, and this is personal, and I don't mind talking about it, but as many women have, I've faced a lot of abuse, especially as a child, especially as an adult, and the pattern kept going. And I caught myself, and I sat and thought one day, what am I doing? And I had a friend with me, and she said, you're allowing it. She said, you gotta practice boundaries. And I said, you're right. So I started saying no to people.
And that is very okay to do.
It was. It was hard for the people who were so used to me being a doormat. And I'm not a doormat anymore.
Good.
I'm a very happy, successful, I'm retired, but very happy. And I know I'm a successful psychic because I can do it.
Yeah.
I do it every day.
Good.
And I do it every time I can see something happening. And I'm like, let's go.
Yeah.
Or, you know, and my husband, believe it or not, is pretty, has his own, he'll be looking at somebody who'll be talking to me. And if I were you, I wouldn't get too friendly with that
It gets a
person.
vibe.
Yeah, he picks up right away and he sees right through people. He sees them
Oh,
coming.
nice.
And he's cool about it. He doesn't, you know.
Like he's not in their face about it or anything.
No. But he'll just kind of like, oh, yeah. Get in the car and say, you know, that one's Julia. You know.
Yeah, like you be polite for the moment and then.
Yeah, always be cordial.
Yeah.
But you don't have to call someone out or embarrass them. Because
Right.
most people don't realize.
You know, that's funny you say that. That not funny, haha. But that you say that a lot of people don't realize how they're projecting out and how it affects other people, what they sound like. It's different perspective.
Yeah, I used to. I mean, part of my journey when I was trying to get out of that, I'd call people out, and now I finally realize you got to use compassion because a lot of people they don't know what they're doing, or they don't know how they're coming across. You know, and you don't know what made them, brought them to the place they are where they're doing it. So to use a little compassion, politely leave and ignore, you know, be cordial. If you can't, very easy, we're gonna go like something. Oh, I have a lunch date. We have plans. We have reservations. So nice talking to you. Something pleasant like that.
Yeah, and then just keep your distance if you need to later.
Yeah,
boundaries are definitely important. Yeah, absolutely. What tools, methods, or spirits guide your work?
Oh, there's so many of them. I have a lot of spirits on my side. One is here, and her name is Mama Dina, and she's a Lama Dama, and she's a very gentle soul, and she leads me a lot. Oh, she's here. Mary, Mother Mary, Jesus, Saint Therese of Saint Teresa Lisieux, the little flower, because I love children. Saint Teresa, little flower. There's just so many of them, and I have ancestors and people, relatives. That my mother-in-law, I swear, I didn't get to meet her before she died, but she talks to me. So I have people, and sometimes I don't know who they are, but I know that I'm being led. You know, and I still have a lot of work to do, so I know I'm going to be around for a long time. You know,
that's a good thing. Yeah, we want you around for a while. So, how do you stay energetically protected and grounded?
Sometimes I remember to put myself in the bubble before I go, but I think that I do that so naturally now because I'm just so aware. Yeah. That I try to go in my car and I try to make sure that I'm calm. And if I find myself getting as soon as I find myself doing this, I'm like, oh, deep breath. Yeah. You know, like, there's nothing, like, you're so, a lot of it is, we have triggers, right? So you might start thinking about something, you start getting all panicky and you're like, no need to be. Yeah. So I talk myself out of it. But I think the gratitude, or if I start getting a memory of something that happened, and I'll be, oh, that bitch. And I'll be like, hey, wait a second, they're not even around anymore. I don't have to worry about them. Yeah. Life is good. And I'll remind myself, and the more you practice that, the easier it gets, and the less you do it. Yeah, it's kind of like rehab it yourself, so to speak. Yeah. And remind yourself, make sure you feel the energy coming in. Yeah. It's true, I'm loved, and I have this going on for me, and my psychic ability is so much stronger because I use it more. I don't hide it. Nice. I can read cards. I can, and when like I said, when I'm doing a body scan or something, I can see what happened. One woman I saw, she was a young girl, and I saw her, she had ice skates or roller skates, it was roller skates, and somebody molested her. I saw that, and then again, this was a very good friend of mine, and I said, what happened when you were 12 in the roller rink? And she looked at me, And she said, how did you? I said, I saw it.
Mm.
She goes, yeah, someone felt me up or something like that, you know. So she,
The audacity,
yeah,
right?
yeah, and that kind of, because she was young,
Yeah.
so she shook her, and it still stays with her. I said, let's try and get that energy. And she's a very professional woman. Very professional, getting a PhD. And,
Wow,
yeah.
nice, good for her.
Yeah, amazing
That's
woman.
not a simple feat to choose your PhD.
Amazing woman, but
Awesome.
you pick up and you're sensitive to it.
Yeah,
You know?
absolutely. Mm-hmm. What's one common misconception about your craft or your work?
I think a common misconception is people think that I don't love God, or I don't love Jesus, or I'm not going to enter the kingdom of heaven after I die, or like I'm working with the devil, or I'm satanic.
Yeah.
And it says in the Bible, you're not supposed to read cards, you're not supposed to be doing this or that. And I said, no, it doesn't.
Yeah,
It says you something about divinity. You know, when you want to reach divinity, but when you want some help from divinity, I use the cards.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's my intention. I say my rosary all the time and meditate on that. And that was I used to have a wild experience saying my rosary. But I would say my rosary at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and then I would hear like other people praying with me.
Oh, wow.
So that's when I was like, wow, I love the rosary. You know,
I have my grandmother's hanging in the window over there.
oh, those are, oh my God,
so beautiful.
There's so much power in saying the rosary, especially when you have good intent. Like,
yeah,
you know, and sometimes I said, I don't have good intentions right now, but please help me. This would be dedicated for me to change my mood or change my thoughts, or, you know, I want to be a better person. I want to practice. I know this is what's going on with me, and I don't want to bring this to God's altar. I want to release it, and that's my intention. So something like that.
Yeah. Nice. Can you share a powerful or memorable client transformation? Leaving out the names.
All right. Oh yeah. Okay. This one was this woman had this is a true story. She had triple negative breast cancer.
Oh.
And I had a wand. It's a copper wand with wire. And it's got illuminating crystal at the tip.
Ooh.
And it's got it's got little tiny amethyst stones and different, and it's just beautiful. She was the first person I used it on. I bought it for $111, 111.
Ah, yeah.
I said that, I picked it up, I said, oh, I'm on the right track. And I bought it right away. Oh, a wonderful, wonderful practitioner. And anyway, and I was working on her, and I knew it was in her left breast, and I remember doing Reiki, and I took the wand and held it over, and I could feel the energy coming out.
Nice.
And then after we were all done, I cleared her. I cleared the room. I cleared myself, and she said, I could feel you pulling me. Before I said anything, she said, I could feel the energy coming out. And then I think it was radiation she went through. She didn't need chemo. It was radiation. And then after all the treatments with the said, and she's been clean ever since.
Nice.
So, but another thing I'm going to say, and that was probably the most transformative thing that I've ever witnessed, was I believe that you shouldn't just do holistic stuff. You should work along with the medical world. Yeah. Because God, sometimes medicine's wrong, but sometimes so are Reiki people. But I think it should work together. Yeah. I don't think it's all one or the other. Right. Because some people think they might have a mental illness, which is an imbalance. and you need help with that.
Yeah.
So you might need a little medication, and you can always come for Reiki, and that enhances it and makes it better. It makes, that kind of,
Yeah, I agree. It's the same with the outside of the body. If you have a cut, any kind of practitioner work is not going to stitch that up. You have to have medical.
You need medical assistance.
Mental
Right.
assistance. Yeah. So absolutely, yeah, I do agree that they should be hand in hand for sure. And I think we would be so much better off if we started to do that.
And some
for
hospitals are doing Reiki.
Ah,
Yes.
nice.
Yeah, I think actually Jessie Kozak of The Soul Purpose, if I remember correctly, she was asked to teach it at a hospital
nice.
in our area. Yeah.
It does help relax, and you can't deny that we have these energy points,
and
right?
that was discovered by a doctor.
Yeah, was that really? That's funny.
Dr. Usui.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah.
He was a medical doctor.
Interesting.
And he discovered Reiki, and he studied it, and they found that it worked wonders.
Great. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah. So that should definitely be like at the top of the page. What sacred self-care practices keep you aligned?
Sacred. Deep breathing. Yoga. Qigong.
What is Qigong?
Qigong is movement.
Almost like a Tai Chi?
It's a little mix of Tai Chi, and I think it might be a little yoga in there too.
Oh, okay.
So but it's not as involved as yoga, all the poses. Oh, and yoga has helped me. So I can stand on one foot now. I could not do that after I have a traumatic brain injury too.
No.
Yeah, so I couldn't stand on one foot. I was dizzy all the time, migraines, and the yoga, practicing yoga has helped me tremendously. And that was that another answer to your question?
Yeah, no, that was part of that. Absolutely.
Yeah, so yoga, I do that at home, and I will do maybe 3 times a day, standing on one foot and trying to do some of the postures that I couldn't do before. And my legs have gotten so much stronger.
Nice.
And I'm building my muscle.
Good. So, awesome. Yeah. What does success look like to you as a spiritual business owner?
That my clients feel good, and my clients keep coming back, and my clients tip me. And I had one client right around Christmas time, and he was just he almost looked kind of nervous about coming in. I said, "Don't worry, you got to smile when you leave." And that's exactly what happened.
That's awesome.
So that made my day.
Yes.
He was like, relief.
Thank you so much. Awesome. Do you follow the moon astrology or seasonal cycles in your work?
I do some astrology, and I know that I am your typical Virgo. I am like so Virgo.
Me too.
I am so Virgo.
That's awesome.
August 31st.
August 27th. Nice.
I just hi. And I used to follow it, but now I kind of what was the other question?
The moon astrology and seasonal cycles.
The moon and seasonal cycles, yeah.
Nice.
I do. I like to follow, like right now we're in the winter. And I'm enjoying it.
Nice.
I'm enjoying it more since I'm more aware of it. And I enjoy it usually until March. And then I want the spring.
Yeah.
That's when
I like having the 4 seasons. Yeah. For sure.
But March is like my worst month. You know, it's when it's like you want it to be spring, but you're still wearing that winter coat. Yeah.
I found myself doing that in April too lately.
April's been the same way.
A little chilly.
You go for a little vacay somewhere.
Yeah. Nice. That's a good one. What's something you wish more people knew about energy work, divination, rituals, what have you?
That you're not going to hell. I mean, so many people are afraid of it. They believe in it, but they're like, "Oh, you can't mess with that stuff."
Right.
And I'm like, it's wherever you are, no matter what church you go to, non-denominational Christians, Catholic Church, Lutheran, whatever. you go in there, you're supposed to go in any church, anything worship of a higher power, you're supposed to go in there with a clear, you have to know what's going on in you. Like if you going in there, oh, I gotta go to church again.
Yeah.
Or you're gonna sit there.
Like you went to work or something.
Yeah, you want to go in there thinking wherever you go, like, oh, like I go into one of these holistic centers, especially my friend Jessie's, I walk into her place and I walk in and I feel, I'm glad I'm here, I can release. I feel better. Just sitting in this room, I feel calmer. And that's what church is for. And that's what I used to love about when there was a good priest at the, at church. I used to volunteer at my Catholic churches. I used to do the children's liturgy and all that. But it doesn't, it's up and down a lot. But the one thing that's steady is, especially when I'm in this world, it's, you want to walk into a place and you want to bring in your best. And you want to be there. And, and that's what I feel like. Tomorrow I'm going to see Jessie for a healing. That's my appointment with her. So I've known Jessie for like, I'm going to say somewhere close to 15 years now. Yeah, maybe about 15 years.
Nice.
2010. So, and if you have rotten thoughts going through your head, don't beat yourself up. Be aware of them and tell God. And ask God to help you, or ask your spirit guides to help you, whoever they are. And they will. They will. And they'll show you something, like I'll say something, show me something nice. And I'll see a big brother walking his little sister across the street or something. Yeah. Or I'll see someone holding the door open for for a little lady. Something sweet like that. Yeah. You don't see that, it probably happens more than we think, but open up your eyes.
Right.
There is kindness in the world.
Yeah. I feel like a lot of people are just heads down, or they're on their phone, or what have they.
Yeah. When I go to the gym, or when I go, I shut my phone off. My phone doesn't stay in my room. My phone goes in my living room because I don't want to hear it go off in the middle of the night. I want to sleep. And because what did we do when we were kids?
Yeah.
If I were, if this was the 80s and I had my kids were adults, I wouldn't know anything would be going on. I probably wouldn't even hear it ring. Yeah. You know what I mean? I probably would have slept right through it. Yeah. The technology is way different than it was back then. It's too much because people have lost the art of communication.
Oh, isn't that true?
They don't do the eye contact.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, I see that all the time where people don't. Yeah. Yeah,
I remember thinking, wow, a lot of autistic people here. I think they don't want to look me in the eye.
They just don't, yeah.
No, it's just they're on their phones.
Yes. If you could give one piece of advice to someone just starting their path, what would it be?
Have faith. Because when you have faith, the faith of a mustard seed. Yeah. That's from the Bible. That's all you need. Even if it's this much, and you take little baby steps and you see little miracles, and then before you know it, you're going to see bigger and bigger miracles. Yeah. And more good will come into your life. Yeah. But you have to believe and have faith.
It's like you plant that mustard seed, you believe, you have the faith that it's going to grow.
Right.
So have the same thing to everything else, right?
Yeah. And it does come back. It does. All the good does come back. And, because I had a very turbulent life. I was married once and was not a good marriage. And I had 2 children with disabilities, and I went 20 some odd years being single, and you know what? I really enjoyed it. And then the love of my life popped in. Wow. You know what I mean? Yeah. I've known him since I was 15.
Oh, that's awesome.
There's a long, nice story to that. So, I loved him when we were kids, but I just always loved him. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Something that's there for a reason, it plays out, and then now you guys have your life together. So that's wonderful.
So it's a nice time to have the good come back when you're older, I felt. Because I was strong enough to deal with being a single mother and driving my kids to Boston by myself, and and those are miracles
Mm-hmm.
to me. It's
Mhm.
like, I didn't, and now I have the love where I finally feel safe.
Mm.
Where I always was looking over my shoulder, like,
Yeah.
and, so it's nice and calm, and I can focus now more on
Yeah.
what I want to do.
Yeah. It's true, because now that you feel safe and you feel relaxed and more confident and content where you are, it's almost like it opens you up more for your
More
gifts.
possibility.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. What magic are you currently brewing in regards to classes you're doing now, or any events you're doing right now?
Well, I might be doing a special. I'm not sure. I was talking to Jesse, but the owner of the Soul Purpose, and it's a Valentine's special for couples, I think. And I'm not. She asked me what days I was available, and I said, "Yeah, I'd love to do them."
Yeah.
So yeah, there are specials, and I'm not sure. I don't know if it's 20 minutes for $20 or 30 minutes for $30, or it's going to be more if it's two. Well, I forgot the pricing, but they're going to be like Valentine's Day readings and Valentine's Reiki. And,
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
Nice. A little healing with some love.
Yeah.
Nice. And now for some fun
Oh,
questions.
I also do parties if anyone wants to book me. That's another thing.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I book out. I'm doing a party January 25th.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Nice.
Thanks.
What is your sun, moon, or and rising sign?
I don't know. I really don't know, but I'd like to look it up. But I've gotten different,
Well, you know that your sun is your Virgo, and that's what you were born in. So the other two is you can figure that out. You have to find that out.
Yeah. It might be Mercury rising. I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking of Freddie Mercury.
Yeah.
I love Freddie Mercury.
Yeah, he's great.
I think he was a Virgo.
Really?
I think that's why, yeah.
What a voice.
It's probably why he changed his name from Farnook, whatever, to Freddie Mercury.
Okay. All right. Do you have a favorite crystal, herb, or tool that you work with?
Oh, I have so many crystals that I love. I love, I like the healer, the golden healer.
Golden healer?
I like that one, and then I have a rose quartz heart shaped, and it's got golden healer in it. And I have an amethyst, same thing, heart shaped by the golden healers. Those are my favorite ones, and lepidolite.
Oh yeah.
And then I have a beautiful wand that a woman made for me to smudge.
Ooh.
And she could tell by looking at me, and I should show it to you. It's got white feathers on it, and it's got like white leather, like a white or light gray leather, and it's just so pretty with all the crystals she put on it. She put on a lot of rose quartz.
Oh yeah, nice.
And the clear crystal.
Oh, the clear quartz?
The clear quartz on it. And it's just such a beautiful wand.
Oh, sounds like it.
I use that one, and then I loved the big one, but that only comes out big major things. Then I have my little wands I use.
Nice.
And then sometimes I'll do a grid under the table.
Oh yeah.
And I have a big piece of amethyst that I have.
Oh, nice.
And then I put other, I think I had a few Lemurian crystals on there, but it was mostly the clear quartz.
Lemurian crystal.
Yeah.
Nice.
Those are some of, that was once a society, an ancient society that were very well advanced or something.
The Lemurian.
Yeah. Interesting.
Oh, it's fascinating. I could go down that historic rabbit hole and be there for days.
Wow.
I love it. I love ancient history. Oh. Do you have a magical nickname or archetype that you resonate with?
Magical nickname. I don't know. I think it's just Jules.
Just Jules.
That's my
That's okay.
That's probably my favorite. That's when my friends started naming me. I used to always be called Julie. My father wouldn't call me Julia. He always called me Julie. And then when I got older, he started calling me Julia.
Oh.
But my friends started calling me. I had one friend that called me Jew. I had a lot of friends who called me Jules. And I still have friends every now and then that'll call me Jules. And that's probably my favorite little nickname. And that's when I came up with the name Jules Eden. And I Dream of Jeannie, Barbara Eden.
Yeah.
And that was a magical show.
Yeah.
You know, so I was like, wow, what a nice name, Jules Eden. I could use that.
When I hear Jules, I think of Jules Verne.
Oh,
the
yeah.
author, yeah.
Yeah, but and then it happened one day. I was working at my favorite job at the time. It was a restaurant in Swansea called BB Dinks. I loved working there, and I'm still in touch with the owner and many of the staff. And this one guy, the one bartender, said, "Hey, Family Jewels," and I'm like, and I thought of like a crystal. I said, "Isn't that sweet, jewels, like a diamond or an emerald or a ruby or, you know?" And someone said, "Julia, that's not what he meant." And I went, "Oh, okay,
my bad."
I know.
I'm gonna go with what I was thinking. Yeah, what you were talking about.
I thought that was a better thought.
Yeah, that's fine. Tea or tincture?
I like tea. I like really good teas.
Me too. Tarot or runes?
Tarot.
Cauldron or candle?
I like both. I have a little cauldron, a little one.
Put the candle in the cauldron.
Yeah, you can do that. Yeah.
If your spirit guide had a voice, what would it sound like?
All the spirits they've sounded. Sometimes I've heard a man. Get out! I heard that once, and I forgot where it was. I was like, I heard that once.
Maybe when a place that they felt it was theirs, and you weren't.
It might have been. Oh, and I did hear a man say, "I'm not ready yet. I wasn't ready yet."
Oh,
he died.
Yeah.
So and I was like, "Holy crap!" And then I smudged him because I don't know if he was kind of stuck in my house.
Yeah.
So, but most of them are very sweet, loving voices. I hear.
Yeah. Good.
You know.
Nice. Yeah. And do you have any pets?
Yes, I have 2 cats.
Oh.
I had one that died very young, 2 years old. His name was Poe.
Oh.
He was black with a little white speck.
Like Edgar Allan Poe?
Yeah, that's what my kids named him after. They loved Edgar Allan Poe. They used to read him. And then all of a sudden I got this cat named Gracie. I adopted it from Project Spay. Another friend, childhood friend, she's the president of Project Spay, and she runs that. And I got a little cat, and we named her Gracie. And she's a little diva. She's a tuxedo. And then all of a sudden, someone showed me, "Julia, this cat's meant for you," right? And a lot of people from the Soul Purpose were adopting cats from this lady. It was either Alabama or Arkansas or something like that, somewhere down south. And it was a 3-legged cat. And I was like, "Oh my God, I want that cat." Well, they said, "Well, talk to Mark." I said, "Okay." So I said, "Hey, Mark, what do you think?" No more cats. So, but Gracie needs a playmate. Come on, one more cat. And I said, "No."
Takes up less space. There's only 3 legs, not 4.
No. That's a good one. So he said no. So then about 3 weeks later, I said, "Hey, Gracie's kind of lonely. She needs a friend. Come on."
The violins playing in the background.
And then he's looking at the picture. I said, "Look at her eye." Right? So he looked at the cat and he said, "Well, okay." Right? So I called the lady. I told her I'm interested in the cat, and we started talking. And she said, "I said, what's her name, by the way?" Her name is Raven. Because when Poe died, I said, "Poe, please send me a cat I'm going to love as much as you." And she goes, "You can change it if you want." I said, "Oh no."
Goes right with the Poe.
Right.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Everything works out for a reason. I totally believe that with everything. Everything works out. That's
There's
wonderful.
So many
how it works out.
That's another big thing. you see all kinds of serendipities all around you.
Yeah.
Since I've been more aware, more open about my ability.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and people used to tell me I would say something, I would just like come out and say something. And I remember when I was 13, this friend of mine was in class, and I said, how come you weren't in school yesterday? She said, oh, my father had a heart attack, but he's fine now. He's okay. I looked at her, I said, your father's going to die, you know. And it just like, boom, came out. Because when you're a kid, you don't have a filter.
Right.
And she said, oh, no, he's fine. They said he's fine. It's just a small one. Well, a few days later, she was out. She was out one day. So 2 days. And on the third day, I looked at someone and said, has anyone heard from Colleen? I haven't heard her. And they said, oh, her father died. And I went, oh, my God.
Yeah, and you don't know, you're just a kid, right?
Yeah. I was like, oh, my God. I didn't want to talk to her again because I felt like I thought that I wished her harm or I did. You're dumb when you're 13.
Yeah.
You can't.
You don't know. Yeah.
I didn't have this intent on. It's like, I just like had this feeling. I think that I couldn't, and I just, he's gonna die. You know. I was like, ooh, wow.
Sorry.
But that was another thing when I started picking up on things when I could see it.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So that is all the questions I have for you. Was there anything else you would like to talk about?
Just keep faith and always believe in yourself. And I'm trying to word this. Just always believe you're here for a reason and you're just as important as anybody else. And best of luck to everybody out there.
Nice. Yeah. Well, thank you for joining me. This was great.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome.
It's been my pleasure.
My pleasure as well.
Thank you.
So I'm going to put a link for them to find you in the description of this episode. Do you have a specific? Do you want it to be the soulful?
The soul purpose.
The soul purpose.
They could do that. I don't know how they could reach me at my home, but
that's okay.
Yeah, do it.
Trying to keep it away from your personal stuff.
Right.
So.
Yeah.
Okay.
Soul purpose in Swansea.
Okay. Yeah. So I will put that link in the description to find her. So go get a reading from her, and it's awesome and magical. I love that people can have these abilities and help people. It's wonderful.
Oh yes, that's the whole thing. That's what like a God-given gift is being used to help yourself and help others. You come first.
Yes, can't
You
pour
help
from an empty
yourself.
cup.
Yeah, you cannot pour from an empty. That's what my friend Robin says. She says if your cup is empty, you got to fill it up first.
Yes, absolutely.
So you have to make sure you take care of yourself.
Absolutely.
Take good care of yourself.
Yes.
And when you take care of yourself, you feel better.
Yes.
When you eat right, when you diet, I don't want to say the word diet. You want to eat, you want to choose.
Right.
You know, when you're depressed, you don't choose good foods.
No, you want that comfort food, and that cupcake looks pretty good.
Yeah, that's okay now and then. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, but just don't make it your breakfast every day.
Yeah, that's true. But when you do that, you do some sort of movement every day. Some spiritual practice.
Yeah, have some
self-love.
Faith. Yes, absolutely.
Self-love is big.
Yep.
I know it's a commonly used term, but
it's true. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Oh, so share this episode with your friends. Follow our podcast episode, the channel. Subscribe to the channel and like this episode. Help us grow. And as always, come see us at Enchanted Dragonfly. We are a metaphysical shop at 99 Church Street in Whitensville, Massachusetts. And as always, bless me. Love you all. Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.